It started, he was about 5. He was at gymnastics and he was doing a handstand and he wasn't straightening one of his arms out, it was just slightly bent. And so when we got home, I told him, I said, here, let's practice our, handstands. And so he did the handstand, fell over because he couldn't get his hands straight. And I said, Tucker, come here, straighten your arm out. And he said, it is straight. Anyways, took him to the doctor. The doctor ran tons of tests and nothing. There was, x-rays, everything, and there was nothing. And so he started sending us on to specialists to see if we could figure out what it was because they couldn't pinpoint it. And then Scottish Rite was where they started really digging down and figuring out what's going on and found out that it was a very rare, X-linked muscular dystrophy.
Well, when I first met Tucker, he was actually sitting down, and so when he was sitting at the time, it looked like he was just kind of a guy who liked to hunch forward and lean on his knee. The most striking thing about him was the way he would kind of keep his elbow almost propping himself up on his knee. And then he sort of surprised you when he got up and started walking around, because at first glance you thought he may not have the strength or ability to do that.
When I first started, I was nervous, scared. It looked like a big place for a young guy.
Well, we knew it was going to require a little bit more planning than usual. We knew that it was going to be a challenge. We knew that we might want to employ our halo gravity traction technique that our hospital uses for a lot of different spinal deformities. Ironically, we usually use it for things like kyphosis, which is a round back deformity. Tucker's is the polar opposite of a hyperlordosis, but we thought it might still be a useful tool for him, and ultimately we did decide to do that. The sort of slow staged improvement was while he was in halo traction, and we saw just this gradual improvement day by day.
I was up here and it's on the 3rd floor at my own room. My mom would stay with me during the week. My dad stayed on the weekends. That was awesome. Met a bunch of cool people going through the same type of surgeries, etc. as me. And I got to meet other halo patients. Met a bunch of awesome people.
A fusion is a biologic process, right? It takes anywhere from 6 to 12 months. We don't really know because we try not to go back in and look at it again. Right?
Just had a major surgery. And life is radically different now. Much better. Life is better.
And since he's had surgery, it's been the difference in his attitude is just amazing. He used to wake up and he was having a tough time, but since everything's happened, he doesn't wake up that way. He's just happy all the time. It's amazing the difference.
All right, but you can walk as far as you need to walk. You're getting out of the house, hanging out with friends.
Yeah, I love it.
You can't keep him at home.
Okay.
That's impossible.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, he makes the rounds. He goes and sees everybody. He goes to town, and then he'll go see his grandma's, and then wind up at his brother's house. That's a daily routine for him, so he's doing great.
For me, the neat part of this story is that before he had a hard time really even just walking out in public. I think he would have probably not been able to walk down the street without attracting some attention because of his deformity and the way he had to walk to be able to see forward. Now I'd wager that if you saw him in public, you may not make a second glance. I think he fits right in. And I think he's getting stronger as time goes by, and he's walking better and better.
Everyone plays a part in this hospital. That's what makes it so beautiful. It's like everyone's got a smile, and it's not a fake, robotic smile. It's like a real smile. Like, I don't know, it's like this, they mean it. And they care about everyone here.
He's just so happy now. I mean, just complete change. If we had to do it all over again, we absolutely would, wouldn't we, Ted?